What's up, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Justin Makes a Disappointing Amount of Money. I'm kidding. We are doing GrubHub today. We have tried DoorDash, we have tried UberEats. We've had varying amounts of success across both apps. Recently, it has not been so great in the food delivery world, but today I want to give GrubHub a try, see if maybe I have a little more success on there, and see if maybe, possibly, GrubHub is a viable side hustle for me, and maybe for you as well. So make sure you stick around, see how much money I make. I don't really think that GrubHub is as popular in my area as DoorDash. I experienced the same thing with Uber Eats. Not as many people using it, so maybe not as many orders, but I don't want to jump ahead of myself. I could be completely wrong on that. So I don't want to waste any more of your time. Let's dive straight into it. The only thing that I would ask is that you please smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, maybe leave a comment to let me know if you enjoy this style of content, and other than that, let's GrubHub. Unbeknownst to you guys, I'd actually already spent a ton of time on the onboarding process. They said it only took 15 minutes, but it took a lot longer than 15 minutes. This is much different than DoorDash or Uber Eats, but on the bright side, I got to spend some time with my main man, Patrick, and after waiting multiple days to hear back from GrubHub, I finally got approved to become a delivery driver. Go me! However, another difference on GrubHub is that you have to schedule in blocks, so I scheduled this block from 3 to 5:30, but because I was already in my area, I decided to just go ahead and turn on the GrubHub app anyway, see if I got anything while I wasn't in my scheduled block. So I started right outside everybody's absolute favorite restaurant, the Home Depot. I figured I might get, a nice little hardware order. However, the offer area remained empty for me, but they gave me the advice to head to a hotspot while I was waiting. So me being the compliant person I am, did exactly that, headed up to a hotspot, and as soon as I got there, the hotspots had changed to where I had been sitting, which I found both completely annoying and hilarious at the same time. Tried to keep a good attitude about this one. So what did I do? I turned right back around and headed straight down to where the new hotspots were, but still did not get anything at all. Very disappointing. I was so disappointed, in fact, that I checked to make sure I hadn't done anything wrong, hadn't switched the wrong button off, but nope, it still said I should be taking offers. The problem was I wasn't getting offers. Well, we have just hit the 3 o'clock mark. So we've been at this about 45 minutes now, and the 3 o'clock mark means that our scheduled block is now starting. And I really hope that that makes a difference as far as order quantity, because we didn't get any orders for the first 45 minutes. And I kind of wondered if that would happen. I thought that maybe I wouldn't get as many because I wasn't in my block. I didn't get any without being in my block. So there's some good information for you to know if you're on GrubHub, especially if you're not in an area where GrubHub is super common. If you're not in a block, it's gonna give the orders to the blocked people first, is my understanding of it. So you probably don't want to go out and do this unless you have a block scheduled. There were tons of opportunities to schedule. This was the only one that was open today, 3 to 5:30 for me, so this is the one that I took, and I kind of wish that I had just waited until now to start, because I have wasted the first 45 minutes of my journey, but that's okay. Now we know. Hopefully we now get orders. But let's see. If I wasn't getting any orders at the Home Depot, I figured Lowe's might be my next best bet, but to everyone's surprise, I did not receive any Lowe's orders either. So I decided to do some research, learned about the driver recognition program, which essentially is how GrubHub ranks their drivers. There are 3 tiers. There's the partner tier, the pro tier, and the premier tier, all based on your statistics as a driver. Essentially, the better you do as a driver, the more you'll be rewarded with larger orders and more order frequency, but that didn't apply to me yet, so I did some more research, learned about dark mode. Yes, this app has dark mode, so I was incredibly excited to switch the interface over, and once I was looking a whole lot better, I got back on the road, because while I'd been doing a ton of learning, I hadn't been doing any order receiving. Even though I was in my block and it said that I was in the hotspots, I wasn't getting absolutely anything, which is obviously incredibly demoralizing when you're trying to make money. So I decided it was time to turn my attention attention to other things, and I started by making my thumbnail faces. You can see here, this is one of my favorite parts of doing the recordings, making those crazy faces that draw in the views. And after I was done with that, I actually learned about the GrubHub contribution program, where GrubHub actually guarantees that you'll make at least $11 per hour, and they'll actually pay you the difference if you don't, assuming you accepted 90% of your orders and worked your entire block. Kind of a lofty requirement if you ask me, but hey, whatever. Next, I tried not to rip my hair out. You can see the frustration on my face. And after I was done doing that, I soothed myself with my daily Wordle, got it in 4 guesses today. Not my absolute best work, but definitely nothing to cry about. And when I was done with that, I had nothing left to do but stare off into the distance and contemplate my life. So we are faced with a little bit of a dilemma here. And the dilemma is that it is now 4 o'clock. If you'll remember, my block started at 3 o'clock, and I still don't have any orders at all. So that's a problem, obviously. Side hustles that make you $0 are not good side hustles. And in fact, I've done quite a bit of driving around to try to test the hot spots and all. So I'm losing money right now. I'm essentially losing money. And the dilemma becomes, at this point, I have an hour and a half left on my block. And if you guys remember, I found out earlier that you make $11 per hour guaranteed with GrubHub. That's not something I've seen with DoorDash or UberEats, but on GrubHub, they apparently guarantee that you make at least $11 per hour, at least in my market. So the dilemma becomes, do I sit here for another hour and a half and just wait so that I will at least make a little bit of money today? Or do I just go home? It really becomes a question of how much I value my time, I guess. Personally, $11 per hour is not worth it to me at all. And I'm kind of thinking that I'll just cut ties at this point and say GrubHub is not going to work and just go home having lost a little bit of money and then make this video. Hopefully it blows up and I get millions of views and the ad revenue makes up for it. I'm going to temper my expectations a little bit on that one, but that's kind of where I'm at right now. 4 o'clock, no orders. We have not solved the whether the block is better than being off the block, because either way, I didn't get an order on or off block. And while I would love to make a video that explains, this is how much you can expect to make while you're on your scheduled block, as opposed to how much you can expect to make while you're not on your scheduled block, while you're just kind of out and about, I don't really think that video is going to happen because, this isn't working. So, this is tough. I think I'm going to go a little bit longer. But then we get into the point where it's almost just worth it to keep going to the end. I'll flip a coin. I think I have a coin here. So let's flip a coin. And I always pick heads. I know everybody says tails never fails, but I guess I'm edgy like that. So I'm going to pick heads. And if it's heads, what we're going to do is we're going to stop. And we're going to go home because I don't really care to be out. The other thing is it's a Sunday, and on a Sunday you would think that I would be getting lots of orders. I can already hear some of you saying, oh, you tried driving around at 3 p.m. That's not a great time. You're right, but it's a Sunday. Sundays are always so busy all day long. So I don't know. We're going to flip a coin. We're going to see if we're staying or going. I have a quarter right here. You can see it's a fair quarter. Heads right there. Tails right there. Heads, I go home. I enjoy my afternoon at home. Tails, I stay out and I sit in a parking lot and drive up and down the street for $11 an hour. All right, so let's do it. I'm gonna try to make this as fair as possible and let you guys actually see how it lands so you know that I did not cheat. And I'm gonna make this video clip a little bit longer so you know I didn't just try repeating this 100 times over. This is my one and only flip to decide if I stay out or go in, and I go home. And I know what you're thinking. Okay, cool, heads, the video is over. But all I have to say is that I might just get one of the craziest orders you've ever seen with 2 seconds left in my outro. So you might want to stick around for that. Yes, let's go. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little bit excited about that, and the fact that I'm excited to be stopping this side hustle means that, yeah, it was not a good one. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that you got something out of it. Unfortunately, I couldn't walk you through what it looks like to do an order or anything like that. If you guys want, I'll go out on another day and literally just make a video until I get one order and show you guys what that process looks like. Maybe while I'm outdoor dashing, I'll do a little bit of a GrubHub spotlight. But for today, I'm not going to run around making $0 anymore, and I'm not going to sit here and wait for that $11 to kick through. Honestly, I'd rather just go home and call it a day. So congratulations, GrubHub, on wasting my time. I think I nailed it in the intro. Not only did I make a disappointing amount of money, I made zero money on GrubHub. So with all of that said, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you guys so much. You guys have been blasting the videos out of the park lately, been killing it with the likes, getting so many new subscribers. So to all of you guys, welcome to the channel. I promise you, we typically do things that make us money. Not today, but we typically do, I promise. So with all that said, thank you guys so much. I appreciate you guys a ton. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done that, leave a comment to let me know if you like this type of content, and of course share this video with all of your friends to show them the fool that wasted his time on GrubHub. So thank you guys so much. Have an amazing rest of you. I just got an order. Sure enough, as promised, I got the order, and it was wild. $19 for 6.5 miles. Let me tell you right now, I was absolutely over the moon. I could barely contain myself, and as I threw my car into drive, devastation. Absolute, unbelievable devastation. Yeah, probably not doing this again. And I'm not doing an outro again either. See ya.